Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
You're a jungle.
A warm welcome to Prime TV's main news with the presentation. My name is Daniel Tonga. We look at what is making the headlines. Winter Kavimba forms new party after months away from the political spotlight. Students in Lusaka launch door-to-door campaign against election violence. Guy Scott writes Chief Justice not to accept PF presidential nominations. And in foreign news, United Nations says tens of thousands dead in South Sudan war. These and other interesting stories shortly. And now the news in detail. A former PF Secretary General Winter Kavimba has formed his own political party in Lusaka. A new party known as Rainbow Party comes barely few months after Winter Kawimba resigned from the PF. Speaking at the formation of the party at the Mulungoshi Conference Center, Winter Kawimba says time has come to put an end to pangas. Mr. Kawimba says Rainbow Party will accommodate every person in the country as clearly shown by its name. He says the party will be supported by all people in the country because they are tired of violence. Mr. Kawimba says people are tired of parties that are carried in pockets of the elite and do not care for the people.
Winter Kawimba has now reappeared in public after months away from the political spotlight. Appearance has come with nothing but the announcement of a formation of a new party, the Rainbow Party. The birth of a new party comes amid sharp divisions in the PF, a party which Winter Kawimba left in the mid divisions. In his address to the gathering at Mulungoshi Conference Center, Kawimba charged that Rainbow Party, with its slogan "United We Can," has come to change the country.
The political elite of this country has been an enemy of the people and survives for the sole purpose of enriching itself. It is now my honor and singular privilege to announce to you, countrywomen and men, the youth of this country, that this party shall be known as the Rainbow Party. The party shall be known as the Rainbow Party, with the slogan, "United we can." United we can. United we can.
Dancing with songs that mocked PF characterized the event as many followers spoke highly of Winter Kawimba. Former PF Lusaka District Chairman Goodson Banda, who was at the occasion, says people are tired of Patriotic Front violence.
As we are saying, we can't be part and parcel of that group which is perpetuating violence. We love this country. We love Zambia. Today, sir, we are joining you because we saw you when you were the Secretary General of the party. Is uncalled for. And for these things which have been happening, today, I, Goodson Banda, former district chairman for Patriotic Front Lusaka, I have resigned with my team here.
Zambian politics have given birth to yet another opposition political party. This party is headed by the former PF Secretary General Winter Kawimba. Of course, this coming of a Rainbow Party ends a long period of speculation that the former PF Secretary General Winter Kawimba was going to join the opposition political parties. It is, of course, a party that has come on board, and one expects that a lot of things are going to happen with the coming of this political party. Reporting for Prime TV News, Daniel Tonga at the Mulungoshi International Conference Center, Lusaka. Apologies for that sticky picture. About 120 families in Mazabuka have been left homeless after a heavy downpour last night in the district. The families whose houses were also collapsing have lost household goods worth thousands of kwacha. in Ndeke compound this morning found a trail of destruction caused by the rains, with affected families trying to retrieve some of the household properties that have been soaked. And Mazabuka District Commissioner Eugene Munyama says government has accommodated all the affected families in schools near their areas. Mazabuka is one of the areas in Southern Province that has been prone to floods every rainy season. Government, the Nordea Bank of Denmark and the Danish Agency for International Development have signed a $104.1 loan agreement towards Kafubu Sustainable Water and Sanitation Improvement Project. Finance Minister Alexander Chikwanda, signing for the Republic of Zambia, commended the bank for its commitment in helping the country provide clean and safe water for the people. And Royal Danish Ambassador Torben Larsen, who signed on behalf of the Danish government, expressed confidence that the grant will go a long way in the implementation of the water and sanitation project. He has paid great tribute to the cardinal warm relations enjoyed by the two governments.
In this country, we have elements of our society who specialize in ingratitude. And they would have rather said, Danita gives a grant means that they are giving you money free and not going to pay anything. Must I have said no? So some people of our media who are apostles of malice and evil, you can only stand to be discredited in the eyes of the Zambian people. How do I say 34 million given without repayment? I tell Danita, can you go drink the coffee?
It is perfect timing because time is running out on Thursday the 18th for this very huge grant provided by Danita Business and Finance. It is important to notice that in addition to what you just said about the very good terms of this loan, that on top of that you will get a cash grant of $34 million. So in a way you get value for almost $105 million, but you only borrow 70.1.
Acting President Guy Scott has written Chief Justice Lombechwe Sakunda directing that she should not accept PF presidential nominations until legal wrangles of PF are resolved. In his letter, Dr. Scott says with the legal process in court, it would be important that the PF case is finalized before proceeding with the PF presidential nomination. Meanwhile, PF Secretary General Davis Chama has expressed disappointment over the letter written by Dr. Scott. Mr. Chama says it is unfortunate that Dr. Scott is now interfering with the Constitution. He has charged that Dr. Scott is also interfering with the laws that govern the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Well, this is interference of the laws of Zambia. This is interference of the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia. And this is the second time the acting president, you remember when they held an illegal second general conference at Mulungushi Local Authority, they were aware of the injunction that was issued by the High Court of the Republic of Zambia. They disobeyed that order. And this is the second time that the acting president of the Republic of Zambia is interfering with the laws of Zambia. And according to the Electoral Act of the Republic, it's very, very clear. No one should be able to interfere with the laws of the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And we are very, very saddened as a party. It is very, very shocking that the people who purported to have loved His Excellency, the late President Michael Sata, when he was alive, they showed that they were patriotic to the party. And now that he's dead, they want to sabotage. And we received this with very heavy heart. And the President has written a letter to the acting Chief Justice to indicate that we are filing nominations on the 20th, on Saturday. As PF, we shall proceed, and we only hope that the acting Chief Justice will uphold the Constitution to the letter.
The church has called on political leaders in the country to involve the church in national matters, especially during this election period. Presence of God Ministries overseer Apostle Christopher Kunda says the church has not been silent and has not been given room by the political players to actively take part in politics. He says the church avoids to be labeled as taking sides with one political party, adding that churches that take sides do not have the will of God. Apostle Kunda has maintained that the church is there to guide people and has to advise politicians to seek counsel whenever possible. He was speaking to Prime TV in an interview in Lusaka.
The church will never remain silent because the church, it's the one that have the mandate and the voice of God to speak out when there is confusion in the nation, when there is no peace in the nation. Jesus told his disciples that occupy until I come. But what also the message that I can send to the politician, they need also to hear, to listen when the church is speaking. You cannot actually expecting the church to come out like politicians, maybe like endorsing somebody, using pastors on the lorry, and maybe like the pastors become cadres. That can't work in that way.
People of This Way Party, Portway, has appealed to well-wishers to come on board and offer financial assistance to support the launch of the party. Portway President Bernard Mumba says he has decided to form the party because the country has continued to go through difficulties even after 50 years of independence. He says his party will be the party of the people because him as the president has been there from colonial times. Portway joins a list of other parties that have come on board to fight for political power.
The people who can put right what is going wrong in Zambia is ourselves, the remnant of us who were there, because we know what is going wrong. So I've initiated formation of a political party called the People of This Way. Scripture foundation being John 14 verses 6, where Jesus Christ says, I am the way. I'm just appealing to those who are out there. I need funding. That's all I need to put in place, to put right what is wrong in Zambia. The first thing which is wrong in Zambia is that we've subjected the chiefs to be under a minister of chiefs and traditional affairs. That's wrong. We are violating a scripture which says, honor your father and your mother, so that in this land you live long.
We now take our first break. Join us for more and other interesting stories right after this.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill. Have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back. Students from higher learning institutions have launched a door-to-door campaign against election violence. The students from UNZA, IPEX, NIPA and Evelyn Horn, speaking through their representatives, say it is regrettable that every election period records cases of violence. They have vowed to walk to every corner of the country until people are sensitized against the involvement of violence in the country. Meanwhile, the students have endorsed United Party for National Development UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema as Zambia's 60th president come 2015. The students were speaking when they stormed the UPND secretariat to seek audience with the UPND leader, whom unfortunately was reported out of office.
Today we have launched campaigns. We want to convince each and every well-meaning Zambian, those who are tired of stagnation, those who are looking forward to a better Zambia, to join us. Even now we are actually calling upon even the older generation, our parents, to support us so that we're able to put proper leadership into office come 20th January. So let's make sure that that day when it comes, we vote wisely, and the only wise decisions we, the youth of Zambia, can make is to vote for Hakainde Hichilema.
And as students, we are not going to engage in any sort of violence. We shall try by all means to be peaceful, because we need a peaceful country, because we believe our Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema believes in peace and he's never been a violence person. So we don't want to disappoint him. Our law is to work and to ensure that we actually move to power. Thank you.
And in addressing the students, various UPND officials commended the students for their commitment in denouncing violence and seeing a politically free nation. The students have, however, been urged to go without compromise and rally behind the UPND and its leader, Hakainde Hichilema.
You have seen the political blunders of putting elderly people in State House. They spend most of their on trekking to medical institutions for medical review. Your evaluation as students is very correct. Even me, I've carried out a thorough evaluation of all our presidential candidates, and no one qualifies more than Hakainde Hichilema.
We need to know one thing. Every generation has had a task to accomplish in the life history of the society they live in. Yes. This is our moment to put our hands on the arc of history and bend it towards a better Zambia for us and for the future.
Lusaka City Council unionized workers have protested at the council demanding for improved conditions of service. The workers say there are no advances given to the workers, hence the need to remove all those in authority. The aggrieved workers chanted slogans against Mulenga Sata and other council officials. They could not be calmed down even after being addressed by Deputy Mayor Potiphar Tembo.
Chawama, but nambera problem ya meri kuno, that's why nabwera kuno. Because nakara concern pamena mbera ti mulina kuli problem. That's number one. Number two, nifuna nikupembeni that lelo singa kale last day ya kusebenza kwa ife, olo last day ya kuzivana imwe na ine, lero singa kale last day ya kusira kwa civic center bameti makumana. That's why we have got the leadership. We need to have confidence into the leadership led by the chairman Yava and the secretary Nyirenda. And because of the confidence that we have in this, when they called upon you, you came in numbers. And so, on behalf of the mayor, who is attending a meeting at Lusaka Water and Sewerage in Nazibwere Sekundu, so that Nistebwanji, Nimbele, chakufutani michani yachamena mbele kuno
Chief Mwana Chingwala of Mazabuka district in Southern Province has appealed to the electorate in the province to vote for a development-oriented leader in the forthcoming presidential election. Chief Mwana Chingwala says it is cardinal that voters elect a leader who will be able to deliver development to all parts of the country. Speaking in an interview, Chief Mwana Chingwala says presidential contenders have a lot of promises to the people, but voters have a duty to critically analyze the message if they are realistic or not. He adds that the country is lagging behind in development due to poor governance and fake promises by politicians. And Chief Chikanta of Kalomo district urged all registered voters to turn up in large numbers and cast their vote. And now we go for our second break. Join us for other interesting stories when we return.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Welcome back, and now in foreign news. At least 130 people, including 80 children, have died in a horrific attack by Pakistan Taliban fighters on a military-run school in Peshawar in Pakistan northwest. Several explosions and gunfire rang out as 6 armed men attacked the army public school on Tuesday morning in one the bloodiest attack in Pakistan's history. Officials told Al Jazeera that all 6 attackers were killed in the operation and that the death toll was likely to rise. The deadly attack triggered shock and outrage across the world. Shell-shocked survivors described the attack as nothing short of mayhem. The attackers came dressed in paramilitary uniforms looking for people to kill. The Pakistan Taliban claimed responsibility for the attack. Tens of thousands of people have died in South Sudan during 1 year of war, and the country's leaders are putting their personal ambitions ahead of the young nation's future, the UN Secretary General has said. Ban Ki-moon called on the country's leaders to agree to an inclusive power-sharing agreement that would address the root cause of the conflict and ensure accountability for any crimes committed on the battlefield. There is no official death toll for the conflict, but Ban said tens of thousands of Sudanese have died. The UN Security Council blamed South Sudan's man-made political, security and humanitarian catastrophe on its feuding leaders on Monday as the world body threatened targeted sanctions against those impeding the peace process. We did monitor Al Jazeera on these and other stories.
least 84 people have died, many of them students, after gunmen attacked a military-run school in the northern city of Peshawar. Some students remain trapped at that school as the fighting continues between the attackers and security forces. The Pakistani Taliban says the attack is a response to the ongoing military operations in the country's tribal areas. Israeli forces have shot dead a 21-year-old Palestinian during a military operation in the Kalandia refugee camp south of Ramallah. It happened when Israeli forces raided the camp in the occupied West Bank and confrontations broke out between the police and youths. The Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott has described the actions of an armed hostage taker as being politically motivated. 3 people, including the gunman, died when commandos stormed a Sydney cafe following a 17-hour standoff. Russia has raised interest rates to 17% to try and stave off a full-blown currency crisis. The country's economy has been hit hard by a combination of plunging oil prices and Western sanctions against Moscow over the situation in eastern Ukraine. Meanwhile, global oil prices have hit a 5-year low. The U.S. crude is now trading below $56 a barrel, and Saudi Arabia has been at the forefront of maintaining oil output. Fighters connected to al-Qaeda in Syria have taken over 2 strategic bases south of Idlib. According to activists, 31 government soldiers and 13 rebels died in that battle. It's the biggest attack of its kind in 2 years. Tribal sources in Egypt have told Al Jazeera that the army raided 23 homes in northern Sinai. This as the Egyptian defense and interior ministers visited the region for the first time since the military began an operation in that area in northern Sinai.
And as we conclude our news, we take a look at what made the headlines. Winter Kavimba forms new party after months away from a political spotlight. Students in Lusaka launch door-to-door campaign against election violence. Guy Scott writes Chief Justice not to accept PF presidential nominations. And in foreign news, United Nations says tens of thousands dead in South Sudan war. And that's just about what we had on the news. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, on behalf of the newsroom and the production crew, this has been Daniel Tonga. Bye-bye for now.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.